real.
Live from the Simply Vegas studios, it's The Power Move with John Gafford.
What's up, everybody? Here we are, live in the studio with Lauren Wendt from Arizona. Lauren, what brings you up to Las Vegas today? Why did you come to Vegas to visit with us today? Why did you come up?
I heard that there were a couple guys in Vegas who had something good going.
A couple of guys here that have something going. That's us. That's what we had going here. All right, I can appreciate that. That's probably a good statement. Obviously you've been a broker for how long? How long have you been doing this in Arizona?
I've been a broker for 2 years.
2 years. And what did you do before this?
I sold real estate and I was a teacher before that.
You were a teacher. What grade did you teach?
I was a special ed director.
Special ed director. So going from that, I know it's going to be a bad joke, but going from that, this is probably harder dealing with real estate agents, I'm guessing. Is that accurate or no?
It's very similar.
very similar dealing with those people, with real estate agents, that is. So you've been doing this for 2 years. What's the career been like? When did you get licensed? Tell me about the career trajectory.
Yeah, so I got licensed as a broker so that I could work with Ken and James Realty and building that brokerage up. Mm-hmm. Helped develop agents and in their art, and decided last year I needed to kind of branch out on my own. Okay. Started a team, opened an office, doing well. So
that's a lot in 1 year. Do the team, do the office, do the whole 9 yards. Just start right out of the box.
And have a baby at the same time.
And have a baby.
Yeah.
So just plenty of spare time. Then just do whatever you want to do. Yeah. So what would you say if you had to pick something from like your career as a teacher that you transferred over into real estate? What would that be?
The education is there's no shortcuts to education.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of brokerages, team leaders that promise to train you. They tell you they're going to do all these wonderful things, and they have no background on how to actually educate a human.
None.
They have no idea. They just think that if you're in their presence, you're going to learn how to sell real estate, and that's not true.
What do you think one of the keys to educating people so they actually grasp the information, retain it, and then utilize it?
Repetition to begin with,
okay.
But hands-on learning. So they need to see it, they need to learn it, they need to do it, they need to practice it. Mm-hmm. We talked about this in one of our meetings. There's a saying, how do I get to Carnegie Hall? Guy stops a guy on the street.
You practice, kids. You practice.
So we practice. We practice listing appointments. We practice how to do a buyer consultation. We practice how to talk on the phone. Like, we practice.
Do you think that there's a lot of brokerages that have those big classes where they say, come on in and we're going to sit in this classroom and teach you how to real estate. Do you think that's effective?
No, I don't. Most people don't absorb 90% of what they're hearing anyway. They walk out of there feeling good, and then they go right back to doing the same shit they were doing before. Yeah.
Well, it's funny you said 90% because that's the failure rate of real estate agents. If I want to be a realtor, it's going to be easy. 90% failure rate, people. That's exactly what it is. So if you were, so obviously with you, the agents that come work with you have to work directly on your team, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. So what I'm a brand new agent. I'm working for you. What can I expect when I come to work with Lauren Wendt? What am I expecting?
We have a university for new agents, so they get some online training with that. They get weekly mentorships, and just kind of all of it. I call my agents all the time. What are you doing? I'm going to go do this. Hop in the car. You're going to ride around with me so you can see how it goes. And I think that they miss that personal touch a lot of times.
Well, I think the biggest issue is, I look at disc tests a lot. I'm a big subscriber to those and how they predict future success with people. But the problem that I seem to have is with the personality types, there's a lot of agents that feel like they need to know everything before they do anything. That's always the people I struggle with from a mentor standpoint. Like, well, what if during a 1031 exchange, there's an issue with the receiver and you're like, dude, you haven't even made a phone call yet. Yeah. Like, why are we talking about this? How do you get those people that to get off and go, like to just learn as you go? How do you do that?
I try to really figure out what they're good at.
Yeah.
How do I focus on what your strengths are as a human and then turn that into a sales pitch so that you can start getting clients? And that's kind of the approach we take. If you're really good at building relationships through social media, we're going to build your social media up 10x. If you're really good at connecting with a certain demographic, we're going to target that demographic and build you a reputation within it.
So you're not looking for like a one size fits all kind of deal. It's like you really hone in on the individual skill sets of the individual people that come to work for you.
Yeah, you have to, right? You have to know what your skills are. Otherwise, you're just copying everyone else.
No, I agree. I tell people all the time, I'm like, dude, you got to be honest with yourself when you build a business plan. If you, in your heart of hearts, know that there's no chance you're going to go knock on a door, don't put door knocking as one of your things. You're just setting yourself up to fail.
Yeah.
So what can we look forward to coming in Arizona soon? Big spot. What's the big plan for Arizona? What's the future hold for Lauren?
Oh, we've got some big brokerages we kind of want to take down.
Ooh, I love that.
Yeah.
Look out, Lauren's coming from you. I love that. I love that.
We want to raise the standard in Arizona. We want to have really educated, highly functional agents representing the public in Arizona.
Do you find, now see, we're very similar to that here in Las Vegas, where we really hold a high standard to the agents we have, but I find myself, I feel like we're kind of at odds sometimes with the industry as a whole, because I think one of the things, and it's terrible, but I think as realtors in general, I think they love the fact that they can say we're the world's largest trade group, and they love the lobby that creates. And it almost seems like it doesn't matter what we're churning out as long as they're getting dues paying members. Do you find that to be similar in Arizona?
Yeah. Yeah. We have a lot of part-time agents in Arizona too.
Yeah, it's hard.
Yeah. And we really kind of focus on, and that's okay. If you want to be a part-time agent, that's okay, but still be an experienced agent.
Yeah.
Don't sell someone a house if you've never even purchased one yourself.
Yeah. Or at least work with somebody that knows what they're doing to get that done.
Right. You got to have a mentor.
Yeah. Well, it's, yesterday I was sitting here and one of my agents sent me an email and a guy was like basically, beating him up on price before he'd even met with them. And this guy was laying out like all the reasons why we don't really work very hard. We don't need to do anything and all of this stuff. And it was so blatantly bad. And now some of those things were earned because of the part-timers in the industry and some of the dinosaurs in the industry, to be honest with you. And I think that as I was looking at this, I told the agent, he's like, what would you say? And I said, I would wish the guy well. He already has such an ingrained preconceived notion of how terrible we are as real estate agents that there's nothing you're going to say that's going to change this guy's mind. So my question to you is, what can we do as agents to change? What do we need to do to change the perception of what we do?
Agents need to be more valuable first on social media.
Okay.
We've got a lot of used car salesmen on social media, and that just rubs the public wrong.
I know there's some people here in Vegas when they come on social media, I swear to God, I think they're about to sell me a ShamWow. It's what it sounds like. I swear it's what it sounds like. Hey, yeah, every time they come on.
Yeah, we got to change that.
Yeah.
And the bitching online has to stop too. If you're complaining about the market.
Okay, no. See, that's the realtor move of that's called, realtors love this. Okay, we need to police ourselves and stop this. It's called the humble brag bitch. All right. It is a realtor phenomenon. We're the only industry that does this. Can you imagine if you're friends with your doctor on Instagram and he came on and he was like, man, let me tell you what. I had 15 patients today. Okay, let me break it down for you because here's how it comes. You ready? With realtors, it's oh my gosh, let me tell you about how crappy this escrow is. Okay. And then somewhere in that comment is going to be none other of my 8 escrows are having problems like this. That's the brag part. That's the humble brag. And it's the bitch. So I have a reason to humble brag about the rest of it. Like, again, can you imagine your doctor's like, oh my God, of the 25 patients I have that all paid me full price because they're all insured, one of them was such a bitch. Can you imagine if your doctor did that?
No,
you would never go see that guy again.
No, professionals we can't be doing that.
No. And yet realtors love to do it. The humble brag bitch. I think Nara, you want to do something positive? Put that in the code of ethics that you can't do the humble brag bitch. I think that would be a good first start. So I'm an agent in Arizona. I want to come work with you. How do I find you? How do we get that done?
Oh, you can find me just about anywhere.
Anywhere.
Just Google my name.
So like if I go to the Greyhound station, you're hanging out there. That's
Probably waiting for some shipping from Vegas.
Yes, probably waiting for shipping from Vegas. I agree with that. You're not everywhere. You gotta be there. That's good. So I mean, the Phoenix market seems to be very similar to what it is right now, right here in Vegas, right? Very similar.
Very active. Yes.
Okay. How hard is it for the average homeowner to buy a house in Arizona right now?
It's getting easier by the day.
Really?
Our inventory is starting to neutralize slightly.
That's good.
If you're using a quality realtor, there's never been an issue finding a house.
Oh man, I love that. We always get a joke on here because the name of the podcast is The Power Move, and I don't have like a sound, like I don't have like a power move, like I don't have that noise. And so every week we try something different. It's like a chicken clocking at one point. It makes no sense. That's a power move, dude. That was. Take note, kids. That right there. If you got the right realtor, it's never been a problem to get a house.
Never been an issue.
Never been an issue. But so are the bidding wars dropping off? The massive overs stopping? Is that happening?
Not necessarily. If you've got a good product, there are plenty of buyers, and there are still bidding wars going on, appraisal waivers happening. But all of our one-offs that were surprisingly selling are no longer surprisingly selling as quickly.
Yeah, you actually have to work for a living. Yeah, which, we had that talk with our agents here the other day. We said, look, not that any of our agents would do this, but you see like the cell phone pictures out the window in the MLS and how lazy that was. And it was like, look, we're coming around to where we're going to prove these theories that all of these people are having about real estate agents. We're either going to prove them right or we're going to prove them wrong. And as inventory goes up, and again, I don't think it's going to have a dramatic swing for probably 10 years, but as it goes up, you're going to see like how good you are with your sellers is going to matter. Getting to them. And we always tell people, like, if your seller calls you to ask you what's going on with the listing, you've already failed. You've already screwed up. So what are some things that you and your team are doing to not only get more listings, but keep sellers happy and differentiate your services from everybody else here in Arizona?
Well, we do a lot of video training with our clients.
Okay, love that.
So, they're getting not only personal updates, but they're getting text messages with videos explaining the next part of the process, so that they always know. And
keep them more informed.
Absolutely. I say, I'm going to tell you this, but you're not going to hear all of it because it's an overwhelming piece of your life when you're buying a house.
Sure.
So I'm going to send you a video to follow up that you can watch and regurgitate that information again and again, because I want you to walk away from this purchase, and I want everyone on my team to be able to say the same thing to their client. You're going to walk away from this and you're going to feel educated enough that you're going to tell your younger brother or sister what the home buying process looks like.
Yep.
Instead of being like, I don't know what happened. I just signed papers and it happened really fast.
No, dude, that's the differentiate. That's why, I do a speech called Defeating the Robots. And what I always talk about is how we're going to defeat them is by creating an elite customer experience. And Walt Disney, one of my favorite quotes is, do what you do well, do it so well that people will come back to see you do it again, and really do it so well so they'll bring others with them. This is not exact, Walt, if you can hear me wherever you are. So sorry. They'll bring others back to see you do it as well too. And I think that goes the same with us. We focus so much on creating an elite customer experience for our clients that is just so much different and so much better than what everybody else does. I think that's really the key.
It is.
So if I come work with Lauren Wendt, what's the one thing, the one piece of the one little piece of magic that I'm going to get as a client of yours and walk away like, wow, that was really special. What is it?
First, you're going to make a lot of money on your sell.
Oh, that's good.
Or you're going to save a lot of money on your buy.
Oh, everybody, it's all about the money, kids. It's all about the money.
No, but you're gonna feel like you can then invest in real estate. I'm gonna open a door for you financially as a family where you feel comfortable going into this and investing your money in it outside of just a home to live in.
See, I love that, because you're just like, you're going to make them so comfortable with this big scary purchase, which is the home purchase. That now they're going to be comfortable actually using it as an investment vehicle.
Exactly.
That's good, man. That's different.
Yeah.
Good for you. That's solid.
Thank you.
All right. Well, Lauren, I know you got to get back to Arizona. I won't keep you any longer, but I appreciate the time. Love having you. And I'm sure we'll be seeing you, wink, wink, a lot sooner in Arizona, where some good things may be happening very soon. Keep an eye out.
Sounds good. Thank you.
All right, Lauren. We'll see you. And that's that.
That's it. I felt like I needed to yawn the whole time.
I know. You get it. You know, dude. You get in here and it's like, okay. Normally I would go for 30 minutes. But I just wanted to give you with silver linings. We're gonna upload this to the ice drive. I wake up to the sound of the whole world crying. And then you can you hear it long enough, and your hope starts dying. Got a million things to do with the point in trying. You don't have to do anything because it's already out of the